Hello, everyone. John Ruman here, business coach consultant. Thank you for taking the time to focus your time and your energy on creating a business strategy for your business. If we have not met before, I live in the beautiful country of Trinidad, and my passion is to help you and your business to excel and succeed in ways beyond your current level of imagination. So, as people come on, I'll give them a couple minutes. I will briefly share this with you, but I won't wait more than maybe 60 seconds because those that are timely, well, they're there. So, I will wait about 60 seconds for those that come on. So, let me briefly go over business and strategy and such. And one of the common challenges I come to when it comes to actually businesses is they have this beautiful idea. They say, I want to be free. I work for the man or the woman, whoever your boss is or was, and I have this great idea. And this idea, it's going to change the world, and I know I can do it better than them. And then they do it. And then they find out it takes so much time and energy to do it well that they most often fail, unfortunately, but also they find that they really can become challenged just in the minutia of business. So that is why we're having the discussion and brainstorm today. And if you have any questions at any point, please send me a message. Okay, so I am looking at this so I can answer your questions as well. So any questions you have, please send them my way. So any questions you have when it comes to setting up a business, having a business strategy, why we should strategize, any techniques on how to strategize, things along those lines, I would love to help you out today. So let's jump in. So here's first of all, we need to understand why we actually need to come up with a strategy. And let's take a moment to actually go through this. Hey Asha, good to see you. So one of the reasons you want to actually strategize is it allows you in your day-to-day as a business owner. Hey Margaret, good to see you. You are living in the minutia of your business. In other words, you are there, you are deep, you are doing the things that need to be done in order to pay the bills and do whatever you have to do. The challenge with that is very often it becomes what you do and what your original vision for where you wanted to go commonly doesn't happen. So people have this great idea, they have a dream, they want to take this someplace, and it just doesn't happen. So the benefit of doing what we're doing right now is you actually will come up to have where you can have things happen. So we're actually going to do a strategy section here in a few minutes. But again, the primary issue is people are in the trenches rather than taking a 30,000-foot view of the entire situation and taking it from the perspective of your mission and your vision for you actually creating the business and the life that you want. So let's briefly go into that. So please grab a pen and paper or a writing utensil, or you could have another window open, maybe with Google Docs or something, so you can take notes. So I want you to briefly state in a sentence or two on your paper, and please feel free to put it on comments as well. It helps other people to brainstorm, to say, where do I want my business to go? And so we'll have that be question number one. Where do you want your business to go? So write down 3 or 4 bullet points that are quick and easy for you to reference as to where you'd like your business to be, let's say in 3 to 5 years. Go ahead. So I'll give you about 15-20 seconds to write those out. Where would you like your business to be? Fifteen more seconds. Where would you like your business to be that it's not right now? Short moment longer. Okay, good. Now that you know where you want it to be, now let's ask relative to your life, because work for many of us is a conduit for living the life that we actually want. So what would be some, again, quick bullets for you that would lead you to the life you want to actually go to? Hey, Rachel, good to see you. So what would be some of those points as well of where you would like to go for your life? So I'll give you about 20, 30 seconds. You have bullets for where you want your business to be in 3 to 5 years, quick thought, and then quick thought of how you actually like your life to be. Just write out 3 or 4, maybe 5 bullet points of where you'd like your life to be. And Asha and Margaret and Rachel, I appreciate you being here today. Okay, so now you know where you want to be, and you like where your vision to be, or you say you like your business to be, and I want to ask you real quick, how often do you actually do this? And please respond in the comments. How often do you actually spend time asking questions that have this level of depth within yourself? So how often do you actually ask these questions of yourself, of where you'd like your life to be and your business to be? So please put those in the comments. So how often do you actually take the time to do this? Hey, welcome, Kemba. Okay, so now that you've asked yourself where you'd like your business to be every other month, thank you, Maggie. So Maggie said every other month. That's how often she will add this to her. She'll actually take the time to do this. How often does anyone else take time to focus on themselves, their business, and really ask themselves where they would like to be and the business to be? By the way, Maggie, I think it's actually more than most people. But again, hi, Jacqueline. But I'll let a couple other people answer. So how often, for those that are watching, do you ask yourself questions like, where do I want my life to be? And where do I want my business to be? And I don't mean, oh, just a quick reference point. I mean actually taking a moment to really think about this. I'll give you 10 seconds to respond. If not, all good. Okay. So, Margaret, thank you for responding. And everyone who's on, I appreciate you staying the time to be on. So, it's important that you do this regularly. And here is why. The brain will create and will find opportunity around what it focuses on. So by doing this regularly, you'll go towards your vision more frequently. So what I want you to say now, so now you know where you want your business to be. Now you know what you want your life to be. When you look at the bullet points you made for your business, take a moment to say how closely what you have for your business, meaning where you want your business to be in 3 to 5 years, how closely that actually aligns to any kind of mission statement or vision statement that you have for the business. And if it doesn't, that's okay. But since you only wrote a few bullets, just take a moment to say this aligns, it doesn't align, or maybe yes, no. And the reason for this is it allows you to know if you need to adjust your vision. And I'll tell you why in a sec. So take a moment to look at your bullets you did of where you'd like your business to be in 3 to 5 years. If you don't have a business, this is the perfect time to think this way. So you need to know where you need to go, where you want to go. So those of you who are watching and now are on the replay who don't have a business, this is critical for the success of your business. So where would you like your business to go? Those of you who don't have one or are newly starting. So just write yes or no or aligns or doesn't align with those new bullets with your original mission that you came up with your company. Asha, most of us have. Asha just said, haven't done this in a while. Asha, most of us haven't done this in a while. That's why I'm doing it. This is one of the most common challenges businesses have. They're in it, but they don't spend time thinking this way. So now that you know, hopefully, where you want to be in 3 to 5 years, and you see how it aligns with maybe your original mission, but maybe not where it is today. Nothing wrong. We're not here to judge. It's important to know where you want to go before you can make those action steps. Now, I want you to ask yourself objectively and honestly, how much time of what you're doing now do you actually spend time moving towards these things? And this is just a quick statement. I don't do this. I never do it. We kind of said once a month, but it's important to understand. I'm trying to set a new habit. So I want you to look at what you do now and how closely does it align with where you want to go. So with what you're doing every week in, week out, how closely does it align with where you want to go? So how close do those 5 to 7 or 3 to 7 bullets align with where you actually, and your daily activities align with where you want to go? That's all. Okay. Now, I want you to actually, now's the kind of fun part. Now is the brainstorming part. The reason why we're actually here, the actual strategy. So everyone has a million areas of your business. You have advertising, marketing, customer service, sales, finance, product development. You may have online stuff. There's a million areas of your business. What I would like you to do is look at where you want your business to be. So these are the bullets again. The reason why we're going to continuously go back to these is these will be your guidepost. Imagine you're in the sea, this big, beautiful, powerful ocean, and you know you need to reach port. And that port are those bullets of where you want your business to be. So I need you to move towards the port. So what I want you to do now is ask yourself, and this is really the brainstorm, the strategy session, what could I be doing that will help me move in that direction? So what could you be doing that moves you in this direction? So please write this out. This is the important part. So what could you be doing that moves you in that direction? Go ahead. So what could you be doing? Could you focus on having meetings more frequently? Could you focus on working with your team more constructively with things like this? Which, by the way, it's very helpful to have many, many, many different minds working together because everyone has different strengths. Hey, Kivan, welcome, brother. So it's important to understand that the strengths that you have will help you to be complemented by other people's unique viewpoints, perspectives of the company. They may have a sales perspective, a marketing perspective. So what could you be doing to move you towards your guidepost? That is where you're going. Okay. Now, what do you need to stop doing that you're doing now that is getting in the way of you moving towards your guidepost? So you have your vision. You're moving in that direction. You now have said, here's some things I can do that will get me there. What do I need to stop doing that I'm doing now that are impacting me getting there? Bravo, Asha. I'm happy that you're doing it every day. Good for you. Good for you. So what could you be doing? We already got that. What is getting in your way? For many of you, it is this beautiful thing called our cellular device. Or if you have a desktop with Facebook or whatever, it usually gets in the way. Email is a great excuse. The news sites are great excuses. People spend hours on things like that. There's an app. So does anyone here, ooh, me. Is there anyone here that has a problem with technology getting in the way of them actually doing what they need to do? If you do, there are website blockers that you can get that you can have timers on that you could say 30 or half hour, 20 minutes. It won't let you use a certain website for a certain time frame. So if you're a CNN addict, if you're a Facebook addict, if you're a Google News addict, I don't care what the website is, people, everyone has their own thing. We're not here to judge, but we all have our own distractions. It could just be Instagram on your phone, YouTube videos. For most of us, it's simple things like that, or doing things that are low value. Okay, now a couple more steps to this that will help you to get to where you need to be. The next step is that you need to have someone that you can have hold you accountable. Actually, a couple people watching this are clients, so I can help you become accountable. But if you have someone else in addition to me, or someone who could just be a supportive person in your life, could be friend, spouse, someone you go on walks with, or like working out buddies. It's the same idea, but helping you to work towards your goals. So write down on your paper who you can use to help hold you accountable and support you towards where you need to go. And a quick plug, if you don't have that person, I'm amazing at it. This is what I do. I love it. I'll support you, I'll believe in you, but more importantly, we'll get your stuff done, because you got to talk to me next time. We got to find out why it didn't happen. Okay, so hopefully you have a person or persons that can help you do this. And by the way, if there's anyone you talk to that are bringing you down, you may need to spend a little bit of time with. You may want to put that as someone to spend less time with. So who can hold you accountable, who can support you, and who's bringing you down? Because you are such a reflection of your tribe that if you don't take time to tend to your tribe and manicure is probably the wrong word, nurture who you want to spend time with, you're not going to get as far as you want. So it's important that you understand you need to take time nurturing your own personal tribe. So nurture those, water those who are support, and starve those that you just don't enjoy being with. They're not fun. All they talk about negative things. If you can get in conversations about opportunity in your business and kind of have this fun, exciting vibe around it, you're going to have a blast, and you're going to meet your goals so much faster, because those people love talking about that stuff. And trust me, they're out there. So upgrade your tribe, find a support system. Okay, so let's review. So we have our guidepost, the mission. We have where are we now, what's working and what's not. What can we do? What can we step away from? Who can support us? And last but not least, what are your next steps? So what are your next steps? So write this out. I don't need it here, but your next steps should probably have the language of, I commit to doing this by XYZ time. And it should be a very specific, measurable result. So I will call 10 people by tomorrow 2 p.m. Or I will call, whatever your objective is, it needs to be specific with a numerical output. In other words, you can judge measurably if you've done it. I'm sure you've heard the term, what is measured grows. It's so true. If you want to lose weight, weigh yourself every day. If you want to work out, have an accountability partner. If you want to grow your business, do stuff like this on a regular and consistent basis. Okay, so please write down your next steps. Write them down. And I want you to take this next step, because this is the hard step. So what your specific next steps are. But then last but not least, and this is a big one, schedule this. put this in your calendar. Lock it off. I would encourage first thing in the morning, before the day decides to send you notifications and emails, you need to schedule this, and you need to commit and recommit to it, because you're not going to do it all the time, and that's okay. Okay. So those of you who are doing this, I want you to just take a moment, please. Tell me that you put it in your calendar. Maybe say done when you put in your calendar. And I have I think it's like a 20 or 30-second delay here. So I wish I could play some background music for all of you. Ding, 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 ding. So say done when you put in your calendar. That's the biggie. So it's nice to have ideas. It's nice to think creatively. It's nice to say, oh, I got to support here. Oh, and she's a pain in the butt. And I love her, but I can't stand her. And I love him, and I can't stand him. If you don't schedule this, we've just wasted 20 minutes of your time. Let's be honest. So what are you doing? What are you not doing? Who can hold you accountable? Who can support you? I want at least one done. One person at least who's on to say they've scheduled something. And just to give you an idea how delayed Facebook is from when you actually do it live, now I'm seeing it finally showing what I was asking for. That shows you how delayed it is. So hopefully by the time you get this, we'll be all good. Okay, so because again, it delays with the done and all that. So yay, I got an okay. Thank you, Margaret. All right, so last but not least, how often should you strategize and what kind of environment? So how often? Most teams have a once a week hardcore strategy session. Here's what we're doing this week. If you're small, you still need to have this with yourself. What am I doing this week? What are my critical things I need to get done? And hopefully you have, again, accountability support structure. A monthly, what do I need to do this month? Quarterly, what do I need to do this quarter? And then an annual or semi-annual, what do I need to do this year? And the reason you need to do this is when you look at, so what I do is I have 3-year, 1 year, quarter, week. So I skip the month. I go week, quarter, 1 year, 3 year. So 3 years are big numbers. 1 year obviously smaller. 3 month, and then 1 week. And then what I do is when I review them, I will I'll say, what can I do that moves me closer to the quarterly goal? What can I do that gets me one step closer? And that's what I want you to do. All I want you to do is move towards that. So the goal is again, the guidepost that's pulling you towards it. That is your beacon for your future of your organization. And I hope that the steps you're taking moves you not only towards an organization that you want, that serves the people you get, that makes you the money you deserve. We all deserve to, with an honorable job, make money that is suitable as well. So we're able to serve most usually when we're the most prosperous, let's be honest. And I'd like you to feel prosperous so you can do the things on a personal level that you want to do, because in this current state of life, we need finances. So we can't ignore it. That's why finances, you'll commonly see, I did a live a week or two back. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's great, about why you need to track finances and what maybe some steps to do in finances to track. Okay, so that is how often. Every week, meet with yourself and your team. Look at the quarter, look at the year, and look at the total, 3-year or 5-year, and say, how am I doing relative to these, and how much closer am I getting to that? And as you do this, you'll notice tremendous growth. Okay? Last but not least, when you brainstorm like we're doing today, it's important that you have a team around you, as many people as possible. And again, it's so you can get a whole to support you, because the different time frames will be, not the different time frames, the different mindsets will be super helpful. So, are there any questions you have for those that are watching now that I can answer before I go? Because I want to finish up to make this succinct time-wise, but I would love to answer any questions that you have now while we're still here. So does anyone have any questions? And has this been helpful? I'd love to hear your feedback if this has been helpful. By the way, please share this with your friends, because this is a great workshop for them to go through as they are growing their business. So does anyone have any questions, feedback, whatever? I'd love to hear it. I'll give you just a moment. Okay, none of this time. Sounds good. All right, well, I am going to take off. If you have questions, please just shoot me a message here, ideally on this, because that way I can respond here. And maybe I'd love to get as many questions as you have that I can answer on these lives, so I can help as many people and serve as many people as possible. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to focus on you. And I promise you that when you give this enough attention and focus, you will get the business in life that you know you deserve. And trust me, you deserve it. So hats off to you for your future success that has already become and is now just happening in front of our eyes. So stay awesome. Take care. Bye-bye.